Hey everyone, it's Jason, and welcome to a Magic the Gathering unboxing. This is for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. So this is going to be a full booster box, which has, I believe, 36 packs in it. 30 packs. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller. It's the set boosters instead of the draft boosters. Each pack has 12 cards. So basically the quick difference on them is just a draft booster has 15 cards per pack, and each one, and it's like your traditional packs. They're, commons, uncommons, rares, and they're just whatever in the set. The set boosters are ones where they try and have each pack be a little bit more thematically the same. So we'll have it'll have a rare, mythic rare, and one traditional foil and one card art. Otherwise, the rest of the cards are commons, uncommons. There's only 12 cards, so a little bit smaller packs, but because they kind of thematicized them. So what is Kamigawa? It's the sequel to the original Kamigawa set, which was the, first, almost the first, it was the second, brand new world after Dominaria. Once they left after the apocalypse, they went to the Odyssey set, which is over on Ontario, which is just a different area of Dominaria, so it was still in the same realm. Then they finally left and went to Mirrodin. But Mirrodin had direct ties to it because it was created by Karin, who was a big character in the Dominaria series. Then after that, they went to Kamigawa, which was a Japanese-themed set, so they had lots of spirits and, yokais and ninjas were added in. It's honestly one of my favorite sets that came out since the Invasion block. I loved it. I love the thematics. Wish I could get my hands on more of the original, but it's really hard to do. Although it was still inadvertently tied to everything else, like lots of this stuff is. Because I had someone, Karin helped unleash one of the greater spirits or something like that. I don't remember the exact story for that. So this is the follow-up sequel, which is supposed to take place in Kamigawa, but years later. So it says, over a millennium have passed since we last visited Kamigawa. Cutting-edge mortal technology complements and threatens the ancient spirits that still roam the plane, called upon crafty ninjas to tell terrible sagas that spring to life and reconfigure creatures into powerful weapons. This is both Kamigawa and magic like you've never seen them before. So the idea behind this is lots of Japanese lore. The original Kamigawa was old school Japanese fantasy. Again, yokai spirits, elemental monsters, things like that. Ninjas, we had rats in there. Then this one brings us to the Neo Japan. Where everything's bright lights and flashy. It's you kind of see more modern storytelling. So it's but it still blends some of that old stuff. So if we open up our booster box, we're gonna get a artwork thing right away of, I believe her name is Tamako or Tamakio. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I have to reread it. And then the new Planeswalker Keiko. So she actually appeared in one of the previous sets. Like most Planeswalkers, when they first appear, they only appear in their home set. And some of them do. So he has a little raccoon on his shoulder. That's kind of cool. So Keiko Suzuki is a master ninja who augments his skills as an infiltrator with an innate telekinetic powers. Unafraid to take risks, break rules, or float authority. With wisecracking smile, he pursues a personal agenda of progress on his home planet of Kamigawa, determined to make a world a far better place for himself or his family. Alright, so that's cool. So we get this neat artwork with the two of them together. Kind of blending sort of old and newish. Alright, then we have all our packs. They all have the same artwork on them. I opened up one earlier. So I was going to see if they had... Sometimes it says what it includes. May contain regular set 1 through 146. Then special 1 through 4. Then 1 through 38. So, combination of 1 to 4 cards of rarity, of a rare higher or higher. Of 1 art card. 2 to 7 uncommons. 3 to 8 commons. 1 land. 1 non-art card. One land card of any traditional foil. So cool. Alright, so let's hop in and look at what we have in here. I'm not going to probably read off every single card, but I will kind of go through and read them. So, and then in the beginning of the art, we have the picture of this guy in the front. I don't know who that is. Reminds me a lot of the Blind Seer version of Urza. Although I know that's not what it is. So here we have one of the artwork cards. These are cards you'll get in every pack of these set boosters. And they're just artwork from one of the cards. Like, not obscured by all the text, all that, a little bit bigger. Then we can always flip it over and see who it is. So this is Ishing of Two Heavens is one by Ryan Pankos, one of 14 of 81. I'm not going to always read all those, but that's cool. Alright, let's check what we got. First of all, we have these awesome new land cards. I love full art land cards. The unsets really started them. I don't want to say they started them, but they really for sure had them in every set. Like guaranteed. So this is kind of neat because it's like Japanese themed, of course. And then you got the bottom that have the artist. It says Neo and then .jp instead of. So if I look at one of the newer cards, it says Neo.en. So for English, so this is actually a Japanese land art, which is really cool. It looks like a Japanese water painting or scroll they might have on their wall. So those are really cool. Alright, then let's look at our characters. We got one of these new border things. This is something they started doing in the last couple of dozen sets or so or whatever. So we just get an alternate border. So if I just have a regular green creature, they have the light green and the dark green. It's kind of like that border on the outside. This gives like a bamboo feel. So I'm not sure if we'll have to look as we get through other packs. If that's the green one is different or if they're all the same. So we have Jukai Trainee, a human samurai. Whenever it becomes blocked or becomes blocked, gets +1/+1 delay a turn. That's kind of a samurai ability. Definitely cool. Kind of like a cyber, like mountain peak there, the sun behind it. It's a neat little thing. Plus the artwork on these are really neat because this is like more anime style artwork, which is really cool. Alright, then we have Intercessor's Arrest. So now we're getting that Neo aspect of this. Enchant permanent, can't be blocked or crew vehicles. His activated abilities can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Repel the Vile. Choose one. Exile target creature with a power of 4, greater exile target enchantment. And we get one of our Kamis. So Geothermal Kami. We're all spirit types. When Geothermal Kami enters the battlefield, you may return enchantment you control to its owner's hand. If you do, gain 3 life. Nice. So I don't know if they're going to have the spirit ability that they had in the original, which let them basically, you could sacrifice one of your Kamis. It was called Soul Shift. So you could basically sacrifice a higher level one to get a cheaper one to help pay for a higher one, or a higher one to get a cheaper one. I forgot which way it was exactly. But we'll see if we get something new like that. Commune with Spirits. Get some land. Yeah, I'm not going to read through every single one of these cards, or I'll be at this for ages. We have Enthusiastic Mechanaut. I love this. It's a Goblin Artificer, who's an artifact creature. Artifacts cost 1 less to cast this. Greeting, fellow inventors, the Aki shouted, attempting a friendly smile. To her dismay, she was greeted only with shrieks and alarms being activated. So the Akis are the goblins of the Kamigawa world. So they're going to be listed as a goblin creature type, but like as their names, they're actually they're called the Aki. Because when the Kamigawa came out, I think this is one of the first sets that kind of tried to like toss out lots of the traditional creature types, or at least the names of them. Like they looks like there's no goblins necessarily in Japanese, but they had Aki, so that's what they did. We also got the race of the Moonfolk, which are like these white pale beings. Replication Specialist. Make some creature tokens. We have Circuit Mender. Circuit Mender ends the battlefield, gain 2 life. When it leaves, draw a card. Those little like helpful artifacts are always nice. We bring back the sagas. I love that they kept doing this. They brought these out in the Dominaria set. And then they keep bringing them back occasionally throughout the different sets. And I love it because it's a really cool concept. Like, we don't need to have 20 in every set. But, you know, like a couple here and there just to kind of keep the game interesting. And plus it helps tell the story. So this is the Okiba Reckoner Raid. And I'm probably going to keep butchering Japanese names, so I apologize right now. My wife is going to yell at me if she ever watches this video. Each one of your opponents loses 1 life and gains 1 life, and exile the saga, return it to the battlefield transformed under your control. Ooh, it transforms? Oh yeah, look at that. It has the 2 on the bottom. I didn't even know they did this. That is cool. So you have the Nezumi Road Captains. It's a rat rogue. Menace. Vehicles you control have menace. Unified by their defiant pride on their outsider status. The Nezumi of the Okiba Reckoners boast the most advanced cyberbites and the best riders of all the Reckoner games. So that's kind of cool. I like even the symbol on the top. So it's like a full fan, fanned out. And on the untransformed side, it's a collapsed fan. That's really cool. Yeah, that's definitely a neat thing here. And then we have another one right away. We have Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Aki the Mirror Breaker was a very powerful card in the first set. He's a little goblin creature. So this is kind of the story of him. That's neat. Create a cuckoo goblin, red goblin shaman token with whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. You may discard 2 cards. If you do draw that many cards, exile the saga, and then return to the battlefield under your control. Alright, let's see what he becomes. He becomes Reflection of the Kiki Jiki. Goblin Shaman. Create a token that's a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control, except it has haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next step. Neat. That's cool. So basically you play it now, it can become a token. It can create a it's even cool. It creates a copy of a token. It doesn't become that. It creates a copy. You have to sacrifice, but then you can keep doing that every turn. That is crazy. And then we have a foil, Lethal Exploit. You get black -2/2 till the end of your turn. It's an additional -1/-1 for each unmodified creature you control as you cast a spell. So equipment, auras, control, and counters are modifications. That's a new terminology in there. Then the last card we're going to get are special minigame cards. So I started adding these in packs as well. This is kind of fun. So it says, basically this is how you play a Winchester draft. And I'm not going to go over this one too much. It's just 6 packs. It's a quick booster draft for a few amount of people. Yeah, so that's cool. Awesome. So that is our first pack. Let's jump into pack number 2. Hold, set that there while I open up the second one. Alright, I'm going to start flying through these a little bit. I'll read some here and there if they seem interesting, but again, I can't be reading everyone because we'll be here for a 6-part video, and nobody wants to watch that. Alright, our first one is we're going to get this cool dragon. Ale the Dawn Sky. Let me just get a foil land. Oh yeah, see this one now has a special border on it, but it is like a Neo border. So it's kind of like representing the new character. So a Fang of Shigeki? One cost, 1/1 snake ninja with death touch. Yeah, snakes were also very popular in that set. And that's what I loved about that too, is that they brought ninjas a new class type, but they brought rats, which were like more humanoid. Plus they brought snakes, and then the Knitse, which were the foxes. They brought 3 different, like, and then the moonfolk were like the blue race. But they brought all these different ones. They made them like, instead of just being creatures, they're now like, hey, they can be like humanoid and they can do more stuff and introduce more of that. Let's let some of these other creatures breathe as mystical beings in different realms, instead of it always just being humans fighting humans. So that's definitely cool. This is an enchantment creature. So how does that work? This must have enchantment because he's enchanted. So he's not actually like an aura enchantment. Cool. Then we have Seven-Tailed Mentor, which is one of the Fox Samurai. So this has that old school like bamboo border. It's just gonna be a different, same border, just a different color for each character. But it looks like it might be limited to the samurai. So that's kind of cool. When Seven-Tailed Mentor enters the battlefield or dies, put a 1/1 counter target creature or vehicle you control. Upriser Renegade, who has that as well. Gets +2 attack for each other modified creature you control. And look at that hair. That is super anime hair right there. That's awesome. Alright, then we have a Twisted Embrace and Enchantment Aura. Enters the battlefield, destroy target creature, planeswalker, and opponent controls. So it's +1/+1. That's crazy. It's like a murder spell combined with a boost. We have Shrine Steward. You may search your library for an aura shrine and reveal it and put it in your hand. Ooh, they're going to bring back shrines. Shrines are also fun cards. Hope we get some of those. Get to the Kami. Exile target creature they control or exiles target permanent. I love cards like this that force an opponent to have to choose. It's nice to, like, you choose, and, like, I'm killing that or I'm killing that. It's also fun to, like, just make people, like, nope, you have to pick what to get rid of. So if they've been hanging on to something, like, oh, I gotta get rid of my defense, or can I afford this guy? So that's really fun, too. Secluded Courtyard. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast creatures' abilities of the chosen type. Or activate ability on a creature of the chosen type. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it's like a free multicolored land, but it's only for a specific type of creature. Interesting. Gloom Shrieker, a cat beast. This is like a manticore of Japanese lore. There's a tiger with like a snake tail. That's cool. Who has menace and target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. If it would die, exile it instead. So enchantment creature. So now it kind of makes sense. Like if it dies, kind of like the illusion effect. Like if they die, they go away. Ooh, we have another Saga card. Befriending the Moths. Target creature gets +1 and gains spawning on a turn. Exile and flip it. So it becomes an Imperial Moth insect creature enchantment. It's 2/4. So nothing like super spectacular, but still it has that sparkly border for the enchantment creatures. We have Lion Sash. Exile target creature from a graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a 1/1 counter on Lion Sash. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each 1/1 counter on Lion Slash, and reconfigure. Attached to a creature you control or unattached from a creature, reconfigure only as a sorcery. Okay, so it's like an equipment card. It is an equipment card, but it's like it's a creature that you can equip to somebody. That's cool. And their foil land is we have an Uncharted Haven. Enter the battlefield, choose a color, add 1 mana of the chosen color. That's not bad either. Then our final card is one of our cards for double-sided. So these are for the saga, so you can write the name on either one. So when you draw it, you can be like, oh, it's this card with this flip side on it. You can write the effects on there if you like. Or you can basically use it to like, hey, I gotta go find this card. Pull it out from your stack that you have set aside. So that way you don't have to then pull your card out and flip it over throughout the game. Really cool there. Awesome. So let's set that aside. Let's open up another pack. We're going to get some more Moonfolk. The Guardians of Ouroboros. Interesting. We have another land. Dual colored Jungle Hollow. Enters the battlefield tap. When it enters the battlefield, gain 1 life. Imperial Subduer, another human samurai. Tax alone target, tap target creature you don't control. Ooh, this one's fun. It's a multicolored one with like a Neo-Tech kind of thing. Silver Fur Master. Ninjutsu and ninjutsu abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate, and other ninja and rogue creatures get +1. So, I'm going to try to see if I remember how ninjutsu works off the top of my head. Basically, when ninjutsu works is if you attack and the creature you attack with is unblocked, you can pay this ninjutsu cost to basically turn that creature to your hand and play this one instead. So if I attack with like a little tiny 1/1 creature and it gets through, it's like, I'm not gonna block that 1/1. You can ninjutsu this guy in for 2. Now you're hitting for 2/2 damage instead. Plus the fact is he has all these boosts as well, so it's not getting him in any cheaper, which may be a good way to get him in where your opponent is going to take some extra damage. We have Fade to Antiquity. Exile target creature or artifact or enchantment. Makes sense. Green has lots of those. Harmonious Emergence. That is a weird-ass looking frog creature. Enchant a land you control. Ooh, land enchantment. It's a 4/5 green spirit with vigilance and haste. If it would be destroyed, instead sacrifice Harmonious Emergence, and that land gains indestructible till the end of turn. I love that. I love being able to enchant my lands and make them creatures, and this even makes it better because it can't kill them. We got another one. Crackling Emergence. So what's the other one? It was Harmonious Emergence, and then we have Crackling Emergence. So we have to look for the other 3. It's a 3/3 red spirit that's still a land. It's a little bit cheaper, but yeah, it becomes a fire dragon. I love it. Ambitious Assault. Here's some more of the Aki. Creatures you control get +2 attack. If they're modified, to draw a card. Yeah. Even the Clangor and the Chaos of the Aki's attacks, if you notice the frogs on their head. I just noticed them too, like when I read that. That's weird. Alright, we have first legendary. Go Shintai Boundless Vigors. This is our first shrine. Legendary enchantment creature shrine. It's a little of everything. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1. When you do, put +1/+1 counter on target shrine for each shrine you control. So in the original Kamigawa, the shrines were basically legendary cards. You can only have 1 of each color out. But they got better for every color you had. So if you played a dual color deck, each one got an extra bonus. You played 3 colors, you could gain 3. If you play a 5 color deck, they're pretty brutal cards. But since they're legendary, you only had 1 out at a time. So this does the same thing, but now it adds the fact that they're also creatures and enchantments. So they're going to be able to do some damage as well. So instead of being land, I think they're were they land cards? I think they're just enchantments. But yeah, now being creatures, that's kind of cool too. Oh, look at that, we got a second one. So this is what I like about these set packs instead, is you get cards that go together. Like we got 2 of the land creatures together. We got 2 of the shrines together. So it's like I'm getting cards that go together to make a fun deck. So we got Go Shintai of Ancient Wars. So this is at the beginning of your end step. You may pay 1. When you do, deals X damage to target player or planeswalker. X is the number of shrines you control. So if it's by itself, you pay 1, you do 1 damage. But if I had both of these out, I could pay 1 at the end step. Well, this is at the beginning of my end step. I could pay 1 to do 2 damage then, or pay 1 to get 2 counters on that. So it's kind of, kind of cool. Builds them both up. Just to kind of show off that, we got a land that does black and green. So I have a bunch of green cards in here, so that helps. Lots of stuff with enchantments, so the 2 land boosting cards can both boost it, plus we got that green and red heart embrace to boost up our red and green cards there, so that's definitely cool. Then we got the Life of Toshiro Imizawa. Choose 1 target creature gets +2/+2, or target creature gets -1 till the end of turn, or you gain 2 life. And then we flip them over. Are we going to get Toshiro? The Memory of Toshiro. Enchantment, Human Samurai. Pay 1 life to add 1 black. Spend this manually casting instant or sorcery. That's definitely cool. Then we have Invoke the Ancients. A 5 cost with 4 green mana. That's pretty crazy. Create 2 4/5 green spirit tokens for each of them. Place a vigilance counter, a reach counter, or a trample counter on them. Nice. So you get 2 big giant creatures. You decide how you want to use them. And then we have a foil card. Sky Blessed Samurai. Costs 1 for each 1 less for each enchantment you control. And our final card of the pack is a throwback card. So they started doing this in recent sets too. This is from the Dominaria set. So it's a Rat Colony. Rat Colony is +1 attack for each other rat you control. In a deck, you can have any number of rat colonies. So, even in this pack, I think these ones are just randomly inserted, so they're not necessarily trying to fit the theme of the pack. But this one particularly will fit in with that because I have that other rat card. And then if you have more of them, it'll work better. Now, if I don't get multiples of those, that's not super helpful. Alright. We're going to continue. We're going to go a couple of packs. This is definitely going to be a multi-part video. And I might maybe release a full-length one if depending on how long it goes. But, alright, we got this another Moonfolk. Tameshi, Reality Architect. Cool. We got another dual land, so we got some green and white here. Blossoming Sands. Another thing of Shadiki. Goichi Shadow Walker. So an ogre ninja, that's awesome. Who has ninjutsu of 4. I also like how these cards, they center the text. That's really kind of cool. Maybe this is maybe the frame for ninja and the other one's the frame for samurai? Is that the difference between them? I bet you it is, because our rat one was a ninja as well. That's actually kind of cool. To give them a little bit different borders for each kind. But yeah, remember this guy costs 6 to play, but you can play him for 4 if you ninjutsu him in. We have the Way of the Light. Light the Way. Put 1 counter on creature or vehicle, untap it, return target permanent to its owner hands. I don't have any vehicles. Oh, I don't have any vehicles yet, as I pulled a vehicle. Brute Suit. Vigilance and Crew 1. Tap any number of creatures you control with a total power of 1 or more. This vehicle becomes an artifact creature till the end of turn. Yeah, so vehicles are a neat way to do artifacts that can become creatures. You have to have someone basically driving them. And then at the end of the turn, they go back. Send them a message they can't ignore. Distribution Protocol. As an additional cost to cast a spell, tap an untapped artifact you control. So we're going to play around artifacts in this pack. Acquisitions Octopus, an equipment octopus. Whenever octopus or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So that's actually kind of cool. I like these equipment creatures where they're like, it's either you can play it by itself or you can attach it to something else and make that thing better. Like it needs to deal damage, it's a 2/2, but if you attach it to something else, even if it, and the other thing's a 5/5 or a 1/1 flyer and unblockable, it makes that much better. So we have a Leech Gauntlet, lifelink, equipped creature has lifelink, and reconfigure 4. Another artifact creature, Bronze Plate Boar, equipment boar. Equipped creature has +3/+2 and has trample. So it's either 2/3 trampler or you can equip it to something else. That's definitely neat. Ooh, sweet. We're getting a lot of these sagas. I love this. Tale of Master Shishiro. Sashiro? The 1/1 counter target vehicle control, it gains vigilance. And then we flip him. He becomes a 5/5 Snake Warrior. Sashiro's Living Legacy. Vigilance and haste. The first aggressor, Shishiro the Anointed, as broodmaster of the Orochi colonies. And then we have a tribute to Horobi. It's kind of neat, drawing like the little cups and mugs and stuff, and like a drink jar. Each opponent creates a +1/+1/1 black rat token creature. Exile this and flip it. So what are we gonna turn this one into? Oh look, the jar broke all the cups. Echo of Death's Wail, enchantment spirit creature. Echo enters the battlefield, gain control of all rat tokens. When Echo attacks, you may sacrifice another creature if you do draw a card. So that's kind of cool. You create tokens and then you can steal them. That's neat. Our foil card is going to be Reckoner's Bargaining. Additional cost, cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. You gain life equal to the sacrifice permanent's mana value. Draw 2 cards. Cool. Restricted actions are held once a year in the Dragon's Lair, the sacred neutral ground between all Reckoner gangs. So it's the second time we've heard of the Reckoners. Then our last card is just a Magic Arena play card, nothing special there. Alright. Pack number 5. I think we'll do 6 packs and we'll end this video. Oh, dude, that's right. I forgot that they put these guys in here. That's a Phyrexian. Jing Gigatax Progress Tyrant. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, like, Dominaria went into Mirrodin, which was because of Karn and the Planeswalker. And then, I don't remember the exact reason why, but Mirrodin, Karn did something in there to do something that affected Kamigawa. So they were linked in a way. And then the fact is, Mirrodin got taken over by the Phyrexians, which were originally from, not even Dominaria, they originally attacked Dominaria, they were from Wrath. And then they attacked Mirrodin, which became New Phyrexia, and now they're attacking Kamigawa. So, like, the Phyrexians are a bunch of mechanical, like, demon guys who just try and kill everything. Here we have an awesome red artwork land. I'm assuming this is the, I might be wrong, but the kanji for fire or red. I'm not sure what it stands for. But that's definitely cool. I'm going to set that one. We have a non-foil version of the Kikuchi Shadow Walker. Another Repel the Vile. Incester's Arrest. Geothermal Calm. We have a bunch of these. Blossom Prancer. Enter the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature enchantment from among them. Put them in your hand. Put the rest to the bottom of your library. If you didn't put a card in your hand, gain 4 life. That is cool, though. because at least if you don't get anything. Just the spirits in this set are really neat. These are like very elementally spirits. So inside he's like half tree, half deer. It's kind of cool. This is a vine bear. That's neat. Roaring Earth. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on target creature or vehicle. And then channels. You have a new ability here. X and 2 green mana. Discard Roaring Earth. Put X+1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 green spirit with haste. It's still a land. So there's some more land boosting cards. Awakened Awareness. Enchant X artifact or creature. Put X+1/+1 counters on. As long as it's an enchant permanent, it has a base power and toughness of 1. Oh, that's neat. So you can basically pay 2 just to make any enchantment a 1/1, no matter what. That's cool. Another Saga. The Shattered States Era. No, it's not the blade of or the handle of a sword. Gain control of target creature, gains haste, target creature gets +1 attack, or flippin'. And we get Nameless Conqueror, Human Samurai, Trample and Haste. In the wake of the Kami Wars, Kamigawa descended into a state of constant warfare. Even with the Kodai's wisdom guiding them, it took the First Imperial's decades of working and bloodshed to subdue the clans and bring peace to the land. And we got another one. Boseju's Reach Skyward. Search your library for up to 2 forests, put them in your hand, put 1 target land in your graveyard on top of your library, and exit this to flip it. It's a 0/0. Ooh, what's this going to become? The branch of Boju has a plant creature each has +1/+1 for each land you control. That's cool. I love this land play. Like the land coming alive is really cool. A rare card is Eater of Virtue, a 1-cost legendary equipment. An Eater Souls. Equipped creature gets +2 attack. As long as the card equipped with Eater of Virtues has flying, equipped creature has flying. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Protection, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. As long as a card equipped with... Whenever equipped creature dies, exile it. And as long as the card exile... Oh, that is crazy. So, okay. So you equip it to a card... Pay 1 to play it. Pay 1 to equip it, so basically 2. Gets 2 attack, but whenever that creature dies, this sword absorbs its abilities. So yeah, it's kind of cool to like throw it on some smaller creatures that have these, and then you just eventually transfer it to a giant creature. That is awesome. Our foil is Regent's Authority. Target creature gets +2/+2 to then determine if it's an enchanter or legendary creature. It gets 1/1 counter on it and gains 1/1 till the end of turn. Okay, so that's basically legendary. It keeps 1 counter all the time. And then we have a throwback card, Magic 13, Crimson Muckwader, which is a wizard. Just +1/+1 as long as you control a swamp and you can regenerate it. The regenerate's kind of interesting. Next time this creature would be destroyed this turn if it isn't. Instead, tap it, remove all damage counters from it, and remove it from combat. That regenerates from the weird abilities. Alright, so this will be the last pack for this video, and then we'll start part 2. And then just heads up is I'm not gonna, and I'll say this in the next video too probably, but I'm not going to re-go over any card I went through in a previous pack. This is gonna be a cool Kami. There's a lantern in him. Go Shinkai of Life's Origin. Nice. We have Scored Barons. We have another dual land. We have a Reinforced Ronin artifact creature. He's a human samurai. Oh, he's got like a giant mech arm, or at least attached to him. At the beginning of your turn, if it is Reinforced Ronin's hand, return to your hand. Okay, so he comes out for 1, does 2/2, and you can discard him to draw a card instead. Neat. Moon Circuit Hacker, Human Ninja. 1 cost ninjutsu. Whenever Moon Circuit Hacker deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard this card unless they enter the battlefield this turn. Dragonfly Suit. Oh, I see, like modernized samurai armor. Flying. Nothing super extra there. We have the Seven Tails Mentor, which we've seen before in a foiled card, but a different artwork. Egangel Exemplar, Human Samurai. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 till the end of turn. The Imperial Subduer. So I think these are that. I think we had that one was like one of our first cards we got, right? Oh yeah, because like there's our Seven-Tailed Mentor as the alt art. Yeah, so some of these you are going to get with the alternate artwork cards, and then you are going to get the regular ones. So that's definitely cool. Thirst for Knowledge. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 unless you discard an artifact. Twin Shot Sniper. Goblin Archer. Reach Twin Shot Sniper on the battlefield. It deals 2 damage to any target. And then you can discard it to deal 2 damage. I like that channel ability. It's kind of cool too. Don't need the creature or can't afford it. You can pay cheaper to at least do something with them. We have another Befriending the Moth. So I'm not going to bother. I think it should have the same artwork on the back. Yep. Our rare card is Light Paws, Emperor's Voice, a Fox Advisor. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card. The mana value less than or equal to the aura with a different name than each aura you control. Put that into the battlefield attached to Light Paws Voice. So if you play any aura, it doesn't have to be attached to this character. Search library for another one with value less than or equal to the aura you just played with a different name than each aura you control. And then it attaches to that guy for free. That is cool. Foil, we've seen Falling Antiquities. And then we do have a token card on the back, which is a Spirit 1/1. Definitely neat. Alright, so that's what we have for Kamigawa Neon Destiny Part 1. So I did 6 packs, so yeah, maybe try and do a couple more as I won't have to re-explain everything as we go further and further through each pack. We'll run across more and more duplicates, so we'll run through the set quicker. There'll probably be maybe like 3 parts to this video, unless I might mash it up into one full one. Alright, if you guys want to see me do any other magic sets or anything, let me know. See you guys later. Bye.